Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is going to be part of the Creators Helping Creators series, and I hope this doesn't go too long. I apologize in advance if it does. I really have no idea because it's kind of one of those unfolding videos as I make it, so I apologize in advance if it goes longer than expected. This video is going to be talking about monetization in general. Basically, all we can talk about is facts that we know, facts that YouTube has printed and we can be demonstrated, and things that we can look at that might make sense in the future, but anything going forward in the future is pure speculation. It's absolute guesswork, and we cannot hang our hat on that, all right? Here's the deal. YouTube has made it absolutely rock solid, crystal clear that they will do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and they don't care because they reserve the right to do whatever, whenever, however, as they so please. They've been absolutely upfront, public, crystal clear about that. And as far as, worrying about the little guy and everything else, that's not come up in their conversation whatsoever, all right? Which makes me erase any trust whatsoever I have in YouTube as an entity or the people they're in, all right? But that is what it is, and that's what we have. That is the uncertainty that we have to deal with as a YouTube channel creating video, all right? This part of the video is going to be talking about the number one, because why? Because if you have 1 subscriber on your channel, you're given a name, Graphite. If you have 1,000 subscribers, you're an opal. If you have 10,000, you're bronze. If you have 100,000 and up, you're silver at 100,000 subscribers and up, all right? So we have a name to what we are in the grand scale. And now YouTube, I'm going to demonstrate later on that YouTube really focuses on 100,000 and up, all right? They will help us out as smaller channels. They're already helping me out, right? They should be helping you, right? Help me to help you, right? They are helping me. I've shown that in a couple of my other videos, and I will in future videos as well. I will demonstrate how YouTube is helping me. I still don't trust them. You got to earn the trust, and they haven't done that. And even if they get close, they won't never get there. I'll tell you, in my lifetime, it's not going to happen. All right? So here's the deal. 4K, 1K is the most recent monetization barrier that we have to reach. Way back when they determined when somebody could meet monetization, I got accidentally monetized at some point. After I got monetized, they came out with the 10,000 view rule, all right? The 10,000 view rule was you had to have 10,000 views to even apply for monetization. If you met all the other things and everything else that they wanted to do, you still had to have 10,000 views, right? So, by the way, when they came out with that rule, if you were in the application process, they dropped you. If you had already been monetized, like myself, and I had nowhere near 10,000 views at the time, they grandfathered us in, which I thought was nice. I did get to 10,000 above views, and everything was fine and dandy. I kept on moving, right? So that was the right way to do things. If you had already earned the monetization, in my mind, you get to keep it. You got grandfathered in. They just came out with a new rule to help keep, to help try to prevent the quote-unquote bad actors from getting involved and gaming YouTube, all right? The next thing they came out with was 4K, 1K. The 4K 1K was, of course, the 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. 1,000, right? So 1 subscriber gets you Graphite. 1,000 subscribers gets you to Opal. So the 1,000 makes sense. There's a point somewhere in YouTube's own documentation that demonstrates where that might have come from. How did you get 1,000 subscribers? Why not 500? Why not 750? Why not 1,500? Why not 5,000? Why 1,000? The reason was YouTube looked at according to YouTube, right? Look, their information stuff. They're looking at everything, and it's like they figured, well, by the time, like the 10,000 rule, by the time somebody had 10,000 views, they're probably doing things right, and we have enough information to look at somebody to make sure they are doing things right? So then when we get to the 4K, 1K thing, now they're same justification. By the time somebody has 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months, well, by then, now they've probably proven we have enough information to see if somebody's doing things the right way or not, all right? So again, same exact justification for a higher requirement. And they're crystal clear that they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and they're not going to be taking the little channels into effect, or anybody who gets cut from the YouTube Partner Program, they're not even going to consider, that's not part of the consideration, all right? So, okay, that's okay. So that's the uncertainty we have to work with, and pretty much why I don't trust YouTube. So if we look at the bronze level, because I've seen this 10K number bantered about a little bit out there in the social media land, and the 10K would be, well, the next thing they're going to do to slice and dice the YouTube Partner Program is they're going to say, well, now you have to have 10,000 subscribers and 40,000 views, all right? Why not 400,000? I'll get to that in a few minutes. but 10,000 subscribers and 40,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months. That's what's guessed at, all right? I personally don't think that's going to happen, but I could be proven wrong because they can do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and simply not care about it, right? And they're crystal clear about it. So let's look at the next one is 100,000 subscribers and up would be the silver level. Now, they're only talking about subscribers here, right? All these things only talk about, it's the subscriber that gets you the title of that level, all right? Let's go on to the YouTube Partner Program. And this is something that's interesting that I noticed only today when looking at this thing. We all know the 4K, 1K, 4,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. Now, I'm not going to bicker about the little or argue about the little nuances or whatever, but I do want to point it out. It says you have more than 4,000 hours in the previous 12 months. That means 4,000 hours and 1 minute, all right? Or 1 second, you know, more than the 4,000. Me, logically, you know, studying law and everything, that's what that means to me. But I think that 4,000 and 1,000 at least. I think this should, you know, you should have at least 4,000 hours in the previous 12 months, and you should have at least 1,000 subscribers, all right? But it also says more than 1,000 subscribers. I just want to point that out. Again, they can change anything they want, whenever they want, however they want, and not care. But I think that these should be, you should have at least 4,000 hours and at least 1,000 subscribers. That's what it should be. Plus, you meet all the, you don't have any violations against you, you don't have any strikes against you, you meet the terms of service, and you meet the YouTube Partner Program policies, which includes terms of service and advertising friendliness and stuff like that. Otherwise, they don't want to monetize you in the first place, right? So again, keep the more than in mind here as we go to the next step, which skips right over bronze, by the way, and goes right to silver and above. You have to have at least 100,000 subscribers. You have to have at least 400,000 of hours of watch time in the previous 12 months, all right? And this one here says at least. Interesting, right? The other one says you have more than. This one here says at least, all right? At least. And now this one here says at least and 400,000 hours of watch time in the previous 12 months. What is this Partner Manager Program thing? What this is we're YouTube partners, right? By this point, we're certainly YouTube partners, you know? And what it is they're assigning a human being to personally help us out to grow our channel, right? Even if we're affiliated with a multi-channel network at that point, right? You can still sign up, right? And they will assign somebody to help. They might assign somebody to help us out. Because here's the other thing is you have to apply for this. And when you apply, they have to be accepting applications, right? They might not be accepting applications at this particular point on December 16th, 2018. Right now, they're not accepting any applications. So even if you met all these requirements, you still couldn't be qualified to apply for a partner manager to help you out. Here's another thing that you really want to keep heed of. And as small channels, in all honesty, this part of the video is probably the most important. They say as children we shouldn't get in trouble, you know, with the law or whatever. We shouldn't get ourselves in trouble. We shouldn't have a documented history of being a troublemaker. Why? Here's why. This highlighted area right here is why we have to be really, really careful about how we organically grow our channel, right? Because it says you don't have any. I don't mean one or two. You can't have any community guideline strikes, okay? Now I'm going to stop right there. This may be at that time. I don't know if you get a community strike and you can correct it and have it go away, or if it stays on your record with YouTube forever. But it says any, okay? So any ever or any at that particular time, all right? So I don't know how that works because I don't have any strikes anyway, so I don't really know what that's even all about. But don't have any community guideline strikes. And it says here, and this is a really important one, no more than one copyright strike in your channel's history. Now, this is probably something that's waiverable because maybe something inadvertently happened. Maybe somebody made a false claim against you and you got a strike, but it was really inadvertent. It was incorrect or whatever. That might be a strike. And if you got 2 or 3 of those and they were found to be incorrect, that probably, I would think at that point, they would remove that strike from you and it doesn't count against you. But you really want to be careful. Basically, what I talk about is you want to grow your channel legally, morally, and ethically. And like YouTube says, organically. You don't want to try to game the system. You don't want to try to be a spammer, scammer, dirty, rotten scoundrel, because they're going to slap you senseless when you do, if you do, and when you do, eventually get up to this point here, right? You get to be 100,000 or more, you're going to be missing out, okay? So rather than punish yourself down the road, like as a child going to be an adult, don't punish yourself now as a small channel. Look ahead. what are the requirements ahead? Look down the road real far. What do I need to be doing then that I need to pick that up now? Like, what are the really successful channels doing, and how are they doing it? And how would they, if it was your channel and you could go back in time, because we are the smaller channels, right? And you can go back in time, what was it that person was doing that got them to be successful? How would you have done things differently than what they did to make sure that your channel is set for the best possible chance of success? All right. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about the monetization system and all that. And with the YouTube Partner Program, currently it sits at 4,000, 1,000. I honestly, in my Ray Hayden's personal opinion as a YouTube channel, right? My personal opinion is this should be good enough for the foreseeable future. Foreseeable future, by the way, or the short term is 5 years, or long term's 5 years, short term's 1 year, all right? Or 3 months. But anyways, so for the foreseeable future through 2020, like all of 2019, I do not expect this requirement to change. I do expect more people to meet the requirement. I do expect some more purging to happen, but I don't expect the requirement to necessarily change in 2019. That's my prediction based on the information that I see here, which is not actually addressing the monetization. But YouTube seems to be working in nice even numbers. If they were to do something at the 10K, 40K, 10,000 subscribers and 40,000 hours of watch time, could be foreseeable, but I doubt it. That's too big of a jump. That's just a huge, huge jump. 1,000 and 4,000 is a good jump. 10,000 to 40,000, that's insane, in my personal opinion, for what it's worth. All right. So with that, let's wrap this up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe to the channel. You like what you're seeing, you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, help motivate me to motivate you. And don't forget, until I see you in the next video, take care and be well.